In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the tools and features CodeHS has to offer in order to enhance your instruction. We're going to be reviewing the sandbox, the project catalog, how to assign alternate exercises, AI hints, and the Academic Integrity Center. Let's start off with the sandbox. This CodeHS sandbox is where students and teachers can go ahead and code in any IDE. So I'm going to start by naming my project, create the program. I'm going to choose what language I'd like to be coding in. In this case, I'm going to choose JavaScript. I'm going to click Create Program. And in here, I can openly code. You can also have students collaborate on a program together by having them click this Collaborate button, enable collaboration, and then sharing this link. Sharing this link will give the ability for multiple people to work on the same doc together, similar to how a Google Doc would work. The next thing we're going to look at is the project catalog. Along the left-hand side here, under Curriculum, you can find the project catalog. This has additional activities for students to work on. These are great to assign in if you ever want to give extra work for your students, if you ever have a one-off class period near a holiday or a downtime of year that you need to fill. So, for example, let's say that your high schoolers have just started coding, so you're looking for an easy project, and you're looking for it in Python. You can use the filters along the top, find an activity that you think your students be interested in. You can check it out here. You can see a description. You can see a demo of it as well. And then you can assign it into your course. Next, let's take a look at alternate exercises. I'm going to go along the left-hand side here underneath my assignments category. I'm going to go to the assignments page. In here, I'm going to select the course I'm looking for. In this case, I want my AP CSA course, but if I wanted a different course, I could click this drop-down button to navigate between my courses. In here, if I'm looking for an alternate exercise to use, if I want to reinforce the information with my students, or if I want to replace it with the exercise that is here, I can go ahead and open up my lessons, and I can go to my individual activities and click the three dots next to it. I can click on this Use Alternate Exercise button. This will give me the ability to choose the alternate exercise I would like to use. Alternate exercises are available for our AP CSA, AP CSP in Python and JavaScript, and for our web design courses. Next, let's check out AI hints. So here under Grading, I can click on AI. And in here, I can see our AI hints. I can choose which type of hint I would like to generate to my students to help them solve the exercise they're working on. I can send them a general hint, identify a problem, or identify and offer a solution. I can generate the hint. I can take a look to see if this is what I'm looking for. If it is, I can send it off to my students and give it a thumbs up. If not, I can give it a thumbs down and give my own feedback back to my students. Next, let's take a look at the Academic Integrity Center. Under Grading, I'm going to go over to the Academic Integrity app. And in here, I have a whole suite of different resources I can use to check for cheating and plagiarism with my student work. So I can click on the plagiarism report. This is where I can compare student code either against solution code or against each other's work. So I can go ahead and pull up a different student, and I can see how 9000's work against Grace Hopper's work. And I can see a similarity score here as well. On the top, I can see the code history. This will give me a snapshot of there was nothing, and then there was all of this code here. That tells me that this might be something I would like to look into. I can then switch between students by clicking here, and I can also switch assignments by clicking here. I can also see a code replay. This will allow me to see a playback of students developing their code. I can also use the time tracking tool here to see how long my students have spent on assignments. And I can compare that to the average amount of time the whole class has spent. If they've spent a particularly low amount of time on an assignment, this might be something to look into to see if they were copying and pasting. I can also set up focus mode here. This is where I can set a specific activity for my students to work on. If they try to navigate away from the activity that I set, it will redirect them back to the same activity until I either stop the activity or I move them on. These are just some of the many tools that we have that can help enhance your instruction and your students' experience with CodeHS. Thanks for watching.